And this segment is about home ownership. And it doesn't matter if you're looking to purchase or if you already own a home. So I'm excited today about seeing, didn't they do a great job outside with all of the vendors? And I hope we do as great of a job inside for you. My name is Karen Miller, and I am the Executive Director of the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium, better known as TLC. And if you want to know what it stands for, we say it stands for Touching Lives with Care. And I want to thank Shinkton Lamy and Matt Wyman, who we work with very closely at TLC, for allowing us to come today and share information with you. Let me tell you, I brought a few friends along with me today because home ownership itself is a process. And let me tell you a little story. Many years ago, I bought my first house. And the first thing that happened was they told me that I wasn't going to close when I was supposed to close. And I said, okay. And then several days later, they gave me a new closing date. And several days later, I got ready to go to the closing, and they said, oh, we can't close today. And you know what? I said, oh, yes, we will. We are going to close today. So whatever you have to do, you need to get it done because we will close today. And let me just share with you, one of the things that I think that you have to understand, knowledge is everything. It really is. And when you start the home ownership journey, or when you already have your home, you need to know one thing: you are in charge. You're the boss. Now, we may have some knowledge about things that will help you, but you are still the boss. So you can ask as many questions of any person that's a part of the process so that you can gain the knowledge that you need to make the best decision for you and your household. So let me just share with you today, I want you to feel comfortable enough to ask questions. If you don't feel comfortable, because sometimes everybody doesn't like to stand up in a crowd, I will come over to you, I will get the question, and I will ask it for you. So, let me start with the introduction of two of our panelists. One is running around. I think he'll be here shortly. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, not a problem. I think I can cover some of those things, okay? And the other one will be here lately. There he is. So, come on down. We're glad you made it. Okay, our first panelist is Elizabeth Misko. Elizabeth is a Desert Storm veteran of the United States Marine Corps. And what do we always say? Thank you for your service. Thank you so much. She has been working in the housing finance industry since 2000. She has served as a financial advisor and a foreclosure prevention specialist. In 2013, after moving to Tallahassee, Elizabeth actually took a position with Tallahassee Lenders Consortium and served as the specialist for the National Foreclosure Prevention Counseling Program, and she actually helped to develop the prevention program at TLC. She also taught the 8-hour homebuyer education certification class as well as financial literacy. So she knows a little bit about everything in this process. Elizabeth is currently the assistant to Ron Byron, who is the regional renovation loan manager for Loan Depot. She continues working closely with Loan Depot's local lenders and TLC to continue to help families achieve the dream of home ownership. Rather than having many of the homes become flip opportunities for cash investors or you see developers out there, they have come to treasure home ownership opportunities for the most underserved among us, including minority populations. She continues to work with the underserved populations to help level the playing field and to educate them in building generational wealth. So, Elizabeth, would you just wave so everybody can see you? Our next panelist is Tasha Carter. Tasha Carter joined the Department of Financial Services in 2003 and previously served as the Director of the Division of Consumer Services for nearly 9 years, where she led a team of more than 100 professionals who advocated and assisted more than 300,000 insurance consumers annually. In this role, Ms. Carter tirelessly advocated for Florida's insurance consumers by engaging with the insurance industry, promoting education, and working closely with Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Petronas. Additionally, Ms. Carter also spearheaded the CFO's outreach initiatives to promote financial education for all Floridians. Ms. Carter currently serves as the Florida Insurance Consumer Advocate. It's ICA for short. As the ICA, Ms. Carter is committed to using nearly 19 years of insurance experience to find consumer-focused policy solutions and ensure that consumers' interests are represented when insurance decisions have to be made. Ms. Carter's professional experience includes 20 years of leadership, professional responsibility, and a broad experience in regulation, consumer advocacy, education, and outreach. And now, our next panelist is Luis Del Castillo. We know him as Luis, and we teased him the other day because on his website, he says, the man that fits everywhere. He is actually a home inspector. Lewis has been doing home inspections for 7 years. He has done pest control, termite inspections, wood inspections, mold and radon testing, insurance inspections, and just that regular old general inspection. He is a small businessman in Tallahassee, and the name of his company is Orange Inspections. Currently, he works in Tallahassee, Panama City, and surrounding areas. And so, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I am going to start as TLC. If you all have those flyers there, I'm going to start just to tell you a little bit about us, and then we're just going to take you down the line. And the panelists have actually prepared questions that they thought that you all might ask or you may find interesting. But please know you can raise your hand at any time, and we will be happy to come over so that you can ask your specific question. TLC happens to be a nonprofit that was created back in 1993 by the City of Tallahassee, Leon County, and by financial institutions in town. At that time, they were trying to create products for affordable housing. 1993. And here we are in 2022, and we're still challenged with affordable housing. Now, a lot of times when people say affordable housing, they immediately think low income. Well, let me correct you. Affordable housing is when a person works hard every single day, they should be able to purchase a home that they can afford. So that's what affordable housing is all about. It has nothing to do with just being people who make limited income. So today, I want you to open your eyes, open your ears, and I want you to give credence to that, because right now, we are in a market that is so different than we've ever been a part of before. And we are all learning new things, even the panelists that are here with us today. So I just want you to keep in mind that TLC was created to assist especially first-time home buyers, if you've never bought a home before. So we come out and we allow you to look at our website where we have all of these different classes. And at TLC, let me just share with you briefly. These are the services that we provide. We provide a home buyer readiness workshop, a home buyer education, 8-hour certification workshop. We provide a financial literacy workshop, all free to the public. We also work right now with the City of Tallahassee on the Bond Facade Program, which is a program where homeowners in the bond community were able to receive a $17,000 grant, and they partner with us to help them make any repairs that they would need on the outside of their homes and with landscaping. We also do our own development at TLC, where we are working very hard to purchase land or to purchase homes so that we can repair them and make sure that they are affordable for the community to purchase. TLC partnered with Leon County and the City of Tallahassee. Back in 2019, we were designated as a community land trust. And some of you are saying, well, what is that? Well, a community land trust is where there is land and there is a structure, a home on that land. The land actually belongs to the land trust, but the person that is interested in purchasing the home, they will actually purchase the home and not the land. And the reason for that is to keep the home affordable. Our program, and this is a full program, will not utilize a realtor because we're continuing to try to keep it affordable. And so what happened was Leon County actually donated 4 lots to TLC. And the lots happen to be in the city limits. So the city said, we'll give you some funding for construction subsidy, and we'll also give you funding for down payment assistance. And we are looking to build the homes, and we will sell those homes to buyers that where their area median income is 80% and under. And so we're very proud of that. Now you're saying, Karen, you said you're going to rent the land. Well, let me just share with you. The rent for our first home is $25 a month. We're not trying to make an exuberant amount of money. What we're trying to do is help those that may have a difficult time in purchasing to be able to purchase. And then once they become one of our community land trust homeowners, what we're going to do is work with that family. We're going to work with them on career development, on financial literacy, helping them with their finances. We're going to help them and their family with wealth building, whatever we can do. Let's say they want to go back to school and gain another career. We are going to help them. Our goal is to assist that family so that they will build their wealth and they will be able to purchase another home where they will purchase not only just the structure, but they'll be able to purchase the land. Now, the land trust, that home buyer will sign a lease with TLC. And the reason for that, you need to know that the lease goes into perpetuity, which means everyone that purchased that home will have a lease of 99 years. And we're just trying to help people because everyone can't purchase like some of us would call the normal purchase situation. And so that's one of the products that we have at TLC. And that's the most recent one, and that's the one that we are trying to help the community. So I just want you to know that there's an inclusionary housing program where in the Canopy subdivision, you can purchase a home. And if you qualify, income qualify for the program, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. There's specific homes, there's new construction. We also are working, and if you really look at your flyer, you'll see a home like this, and it is the very first community land trust home. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The other homes will be, we will do some townhomes that are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and not 2-story. We're doing the paired homes. We will be doing some that are 2 bedroom and 2 bath. We're trying to keep the affordability anywhere from $140,000 to $180,000. And again, down payment assistance will be available. So that's the little bit about TLC, and what I'm going to do is pass it over to Liz and let Liz talk for a few minutes about financing a home and refinancing the home, and then we'll pass it on to Tasha, then we'll pass it to Louise, and then I'm going to introduce you to Danielle, who came in. She's our realtor that's a part of the panel, and then we'll come back for question and answers, okay? You all right with that, panelists? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Again, I'm Elizabeth Misko. I'm with a company called Loan Depot. I've been with Ron Byram for going on 8 years now, 7, 8 years. And he is the renovation loan manager for the state of Florida. And the one thing, like Karen was talking about when she was reading my bio, one of the biggest benefits I see of the renovation loans is being able to open up some affordable housing stock for lower income families. Right now, by the time a property hits MLS, we have probably 10 offers on the table. It's just, it's so much a seller's market. So if it can open up housing stock to people who would otherwise not be able to get in that kind of bidding war with a turnkey, where we can incorporate the costs to renovate within that the loan structure of the home, then we can actually open up opportunities for people. How it works is you get a bid from a contractor. That bid is underwritten with the loan. That bid goes out with the appraiser. The appraiser is done subject to that scope of work. So example, you find a house for $100,000 and it needs a new roof, a new HVAC, and you want to get rid of that ugly powder blue tile from the 70s in the master bathroom, and maybe get some Energy Star rated appliances throughout the home so you can control your costs when you get into your home. You get that bid from the contractor. Again, the realtor or the appraiser goes out with that scope of work, and the appraisal is done subject to that scope of work, which is where we get the value out of that. Having taught Tallahassee Lenders Consortium 8-hour home buyer education courses, I have seen people from the TLC classes using down payment assistance walk away with $35,000 in equity in their home, like a year's worth of their income in their home in equity available to them if they need it. To me, that's wealth building. To me, that helps to level the playing field. To me, that opens up opportunities for people to be able to bring generational wealth into generations that may have never ever had that opportunity available to them before. So that's kind of our passion. That, and of course, veterans. Ron, we specialize in the VA loans. Loan Depot was the first company in the nation to come out with a VA renovation loan that mirrors the FHA 203K. So there's 2 tiers to it. You have a limited and a standard, and the VA renovation loan which you can use also for a refinance. So if you have some work that needs to be done on your home and maybe you don't have the equity there to be able to take cash out, you can do a renovation loan, finance the work in there. The appraisal is done subject to that scope of work, and it opens up opportunities for you to do some home improvement on your own.
Thank you. All right, Tasha, tell us about insurance, because you know what? I've been hearing a lot of things on the news about homeowners insurance.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tasha Carter, Florida's Insurance Consumer Advocate. Thank you all for taking the time to come in and hear the important information that we're sharing with you today. And as Karen said, there has been a lot of information in the news lately about home insurance. Not a lot of it has been good, but what I want to focus on today is sharing with you some information as you're going through the home buying process from an insurance perspective, things for you to keep in mind, things for you to take into consideration, and to ensure that you're making an informed decision when you are purchasing home insurance. And so the first thing that I want to share with you are what are some of the primary factors that you should be considering and you should be looking at before purchasing a home. And specifically, you really want to look at the physical characteristics of the house. That means the size, location, construction, and the overall condition of the home, because all of those things will have an effect on the cost and availability of home insurance. Additionally, more than likely, there will be a higher cost for home insurance if you purchase a home that is close to the coast, for example, or a home that's in an area that is prone to flooding, or a home that's in an area that has higher crime rates, higher rebuilding costs, or even higher or stricter building codes. And so, once again, you want to make sure as you're shopping around that you're taking into consideration all of those factors in addition to those amenities and those types of homes that you're looking for as well. Another factor that's important when you are looking for a home and you are contemplating including home insurance as a part of that selection criteria is the age of the home. That is very, very important. Some of the information that you've been seeing in the media lately are home insurance companies have decided that they are either not going to write coverage for older homes, which has made those homeowners and home buyers that are trying to purchase older homes very difficult for them to be able to find insurance coverage. So you want to make sure that you're very aware and cognizant of the age of the home. And another important factor when you are purchasing an older home is a lot of the older homes have features that may no longer be available. So if you do have to file an insurance claim because that older home has been damaged, then it may be more costly to try to replace those features as well. And so that, of course, will also potentially increase the amount and cost of your home insurance. Yes, ma'am.
What do you consider an older home?
So a lot of the insurance companies are considering homes that are 20 or 30 years or older as, quote, older homes. And so it's very difficult for those homeowners to be able to purchase home insurance at this time. Okay? Yes.
And what are the alternatives for getting those homes insured?
So there are a couple of alternatives here in the state. You have Citizens Property Insurance Corporation, which is a quasi-state government entity that is known as the insurer of last resort. We also have the surplus lines market in the state as well. And surplus lines insurance companies essentially offer coverage for those homes that cannot obtain coverage through a traditional carrier. Now, there are some disadvantages for purchasing coverage through the surplus lines market. You know, primarily their insurance rates and their forms and their provisions that they include in their policy contracts are not regulated by the Office of Insurance Regulation. And also, more importantly, if that company goes insolvent, then there is no protection for the policyholders in the form of the Florida Insurance Guarantee Association as well. But there are a couple of options to consider. And then some other factors that you want to take into consideration when you are going through the home buying process is you also want to be aware of the age and condition of the roof on the home as well. That's another area where insurance companies have started to decline to write coverage for homes whose roofs are 10 years or older. So you want to make sure that you are aware of the age and the condition of the roof as well. You also want to make sure that the internal plumbing system is up to par, the electrical system is up to par, and any of the other major components of the home, because all of those factors can really have a significant impact on the cost of your home insurance. And then another factor to kind of keep in mind as you're going through the home buying process as well is whether or not that home has any special features, such as a swimming pool or a hot tub. And if so, you will more than likely be required to purchase a higher amount of liability insurance just to provide added protection in the event that someone is injured on your property. So once again, it's important to take that into consideration because, of course, that additional cost is going to increase your home insurance as well. And then lastly, while it is important to review the current condition of the home, it's also as equally important to review the insurance claims history on that home as well. You should ask the current homeowner to obtain a CLUE report, which is called Comprehensive Loss Underwriting Exchange Report. Comprehensive Loss Underwriting Exchange Report. It's a CLUE report, and what that CLUE report does is it provides a listing of all of the insurance claims that was filed on that home, typically within the last 5 to 7 years. And so that's important because you want to be aware of how many insurance claims have been filed on that home, you know, what part of the home has been damaged. You also want to make sure that the damaged portion of the home has been properly repaired because you don't want to have something that you're going to have to deal with in the future. So all of those things are very, very important when you're going through the home buying process and you are also wanting to purchase home insurance as well. And then I have a couple of additional information that I want to share with you also. In addition to making sure that you are aware of the characteristics and the factors of the individual home, you also want to be informed as it relates to what type of coverage you should be including in your homeowner's insurance policy, and you want to make sure that you are aware of what those coverages actually insure and cover. Typically, most homeowners insurance policies include dwelling coverage, which is coverage that's going to insure your property and the actual structure of the home. If it is in need of repair or replacement following damage caused by either fire, a storm, smoke, water, vandalism, and theft. So most insurance policies is going to cover all of those types of events. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. So, let's say I get a home and I get a renovation on that home because the home is like 1987 built. Will the renovation like change the age of the home so that the insurance can cover it? How does that work?
So that's a very good question.
It won't change it could change the effective age of the home, but most importantly, it'll address any issues that that would be raised in the, like a 4-point inspection for insurance purposes. So you could actually clear those items. Like, for example, like on a VA loan, we have to have a clean WDO showing no issues at all. So how we clean it on a renovation loan is we make sure that those items on the WDO are addressed in the scope of work. And it'd be the same with insurance with a 4-point, if we can't get the property insured, those things will clear up and then they can do provide the 4-point inspection within 30 days. They should be able to, or we do builder's risk or something comparable to that.
Liz, explain to them what a WD.
A termite inspection, we like to, WDO, wood destroying organisms. So down here, we like to call it the termite inspection, but that's anything that's wood destroying, wood rot, fungus, post-hole beetles, things like that.
And from an insurance perspective, so the age of the home wouldn't change, but what would change would be the specific characteristics, that are included in the renovations that you've made. So that would be taken into consideration, as you are renewing your home insurance policy or either purchasing a new policy. So that would be very important. And then I think we just got the 5-minute signal, so I'm going to share it with Louise. I do have a table outside, so there's a ton of information out there that will definitely help you to become educated and informed about your homeowner's insurance policy. So please take advantage of getting some of those resources.
Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Louis from Orange Home Inspections. Thank you for the invitation. Well, I want to mention something. Usually people ask me, do I need an inspection in my house? Because it costs money. This sure is. Sometimes it's expensive. Okay. Unless that you want to demolish the house, I will tell you yes. You need a home inspection in the house. Why? It's very simple. Home inspection, a general inspection, that is the one that I always recommend. At least that one, the general home inspection, is going to cost you between $300 and $400, depending on the size of the house, age of the house, location of the house. You know, but we can say regular size house between $300 and $400 around that. If I go to your house, okay, I charge him $400, and I find just one leak in the roof, a little one, that is going to cost you at least $500. Any leak, a plumbing leak or electrical leak, just the electrician to be in your house, going to be $150 to $200. So when I find all these issues, you'll see, wow, this house has one leak in the roof, one leak in the kitchen, we have to fix something in the electrical panel. You know already there's no structural issues, maybe some wood rot around here. That is gonna cost you just that easily over $1,000. So when you are calculating, okay, this house good for me, you have to consider that. Do I have this money to make this house livable right now? Also, many people grab my report, all inspector report, I negotiate the price with the seller. Hey, we have to invest in this house $5,000, $10,000, whatever amount is. That's the best tool that you have to negotiate the price. That's the reality. So for $300, you can save a lot of money, thousands. Just for, just some people save the $300. Then they move to a house and they got some issues, they ended up paying much more. Now, insurance purposes, like she says, I tell you your roof is a 3-top. The life of the 3-top shingle is around 15 and 20 years in this area, in Florida. If I tell you your roof is 15 years old, it looks good. There's no leaks, everything's okay, I walk it, everything's fine, but it's a 15 years old roof. So you have to consider maybe the insurance is going to ask you, hey, replace the roof. You purchased the house, everything was good, everything's good, and then you have a big bill just to replace that roof. Or maybe you could consider that, okay, in 5 years or 3 years, I'm gonna need to replace the roof. Maybe you can go to another house, same price, that the roof is 10 years old or 5 years old. So that's the importance of the home inspection. It's gonna tell you every detail in the house. If the cabinet is broken in the kitchen, everything. So WDO, the same thing. If you're a veteran and the bank is asking you for a WDO, we're going to go there and check that there is no any powder post beetles, termite, damages, wood rot, any problem with the wood, you will know. Because just a little issue with termites could be thousands of dollars in repair. So that's the importance of home inspection. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Louise. And we have Danielle Andrews, who's our last speaker, and she is our realtor. Danielle.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Danielle Andrews. I am a 6-year real estate agent with Keller Williams, and I pretty much can echo everything the colleagues that I get a chance to work with throughout your transaction have said here. We all play a vital role in assisting you with getting to the closing table, whether that's helping you identify your home after listening to what your wants and your needs are, connecting you with lenders to identify how much affordability you have in a home, what are you pre-approved for, gathering and guiding you through the process with home inspectors, insurance agents. The lender will, be ordering the appraisal and making sure all of your things with your contract and behind the scenes pieces that help you have a very smooth transaction take place. So it's definitely more than, a hop on, hop off tour guide thing as we look through homes. It's a lot more than meets the eye that HGTV will give. So there are several moving pieces, but a real estate agent is one of your best arms of protection, especially in an aggressive seller's market. Rather than, going to a ton of open houses, calling the agent, the seller's agent on the sign. As a home buyer, it doesn't cost you anything to work with a real estate agent. So have that extra layer of protection for you for free, right? So you wouldn't, I always joke, but it's very serious and say, you wouldn't perform surgery on yourself. You probably wouldn't represent yourself in court. So more than likely you would not purchase one of the largest investments of your life by yourself. Whether you are getting new construction and in a community or wanting to custom build on your own land, whatever your scenario may be, if it involves buying, selling, or investing in real estate, have a real estate agent to represent you. And there's a question.
Let me just say this to you, because we have to close up at this time. I am going to ask Danielle, Lewis, and Elizabeth to come to the TLC table outside, because I know that some of you have lots of questions. This one is always such a long one, but please step outside and join us so that you can get your questions answered. And let me just say thank you to each and every one of you.